And in today's episode, we are going to look at what is happening with the mutual funds. What have they been buying in this beautiful, healthy correction as we see it right now? Yes, the market is doing extremely bad. It is constantly falling. But I want to show you what mutual funds are buying because mutual funds usually buy ahead of the curve. And right now, with the FIIs out of India, the mutual funds are the only ones who are keeping the entire market afloat. Little bit. I mean, it's not afloat, but somehow they're keeping it alive. So let us look at three different types of funds. First, we will look at quant small cap. We will see what small cap funds they're adding. We will see how their performance is going, and we will also see how overvalued or undervalued the fund is. We will then look at Motilal mid cap. This is a fund that has recently in the past done really well, but now is taking a huge hit as well. So we will understand a little bit about that. Then we will look at Parag Parekh fund as well. So we will look at all of this today. So let's quickly jump into the video. So as you know, we have made this mutual fund tracker sheet that we share with our YouTube community members every month. So we track what is happening. We also give an update. I've also created a summary. So if you want to know how to join the YouTube community, I'm going to put the link below in the comment section, and you can also find it in the description. Now, if you look at what is Quant Small Cap Mutual Fund adding in the month of December, which is last month, they have added a huge amount of well-spun industries. Now, Wellspun Industries basically they got two big order wins in the head saw pipe region in US, and they have a cumulative order value of 7,000 crore. And the Wellspun promoter group is also acquiring stakes from the open market. So when something like this happens, it shows that it is a bullish sign. And I think Quant Small Cap, who in the past has not been doing really well after the whole front running issue that happened, now they are trying to do a slight comeback. But if you look at Sandeep Tandon's videos that is happening on YouTube, he is very clear that we are playing a longer term game, not a short term game, and we know exactly when to enter, what to enter. So we are going to look at that. Then they've taken extreme position in MOIL. They've increased their position there. Ventive Hospitality is something that recently came out with an IPO. So they've taken a position there as well, right? This is an interesting company. It's in the hospitality space for all the big hotels. They do that, and I think a big group company. I think it's Blackstone Group, right? I think that is something that is managing this company. Blackstone Group. I think both IGIL and Ventive and IKS, all of them came out in very similar times. Good IPOs, very good IPOs. One Source Specialty Pharma, pure CDMO play. Now CDMO is doing a very good move in India right now. This is something that we need to keep track of. If you saw the results that have come out recently, Laurus Labs came out, did really well. And if you see the Laurus Labs segmented revenue, you will see that the CDMO section has just jumped quite drastically. And this is something that everyone has been talking about all over the internet, right? Whether it is Twitter, whether it's people like me who have come and even made posts on the CDMO space. In fact, I have also put a community article some time ago about the CDMO space and how this is starting to do really well in India. So that, I mean, if you were in the community, you would have got a little bit of advantage. But again, these are some important points for you also to keep track of. That pharma, even in this entire healthy correction that we're seeing, pharma has not corrected a lot. So that says a lot about the pharma industry. They've added Borosil Renewables. They have added housing development. Hoodco came out with very good result this time. Hoodco as well. Musgao Dock has been added. I think Musgao Dock, there is a huge order that is coming with Musgao Dock. I think 70,000 crores ka order hai. L&T did not qualify, and I think Musgao Dock is going to get that huge order that is coming up. So I would keep a track of that as well. Right? RBL Bank. This is something that I think is not doing really well right now. It actually recently fell down. And let's see what they have not removed as well, right? So if you go down and we will see they've removed all the housing finance companies because obviously they're doing really bad. They broke the 200-day moving average. E-clerks also they have reduced a lot. E-clerks already did a massive come up. Even Gillette did a massive come up, and now they're reducing stakes. Now let us go a little bit deeper and understand a little bit more about quant small cap, right? Now, if we look at quant small cap as an overview perspective, as you can see, as the small cap index or the BSE 250 small cap index has fallen, this index, this NAV has also fallen. And in the last 3 months, I mean, we are having a lot of pain since September, October. We have only seen the dip, right? And even this after December or towards Jan, we saw a massive dip in the market. And yes, quant small cap has also dipped quite aggressively. Like they were at a NAV of 296. Now they are currently at a NAV of 264. So that has been a quite a good fall for literally everyone in the market. Nobody is high, everyone is low right now. It's only about how much low are you, right? This is a very risky fund, as you all know this, because this is a small cap based fund, and small cap index was the index that was actually overvalued. There was a lot of froth, and all of that started coming back down as well. Coming down, one very important thing I want to show you guys is that in the portfolio section over here, right, we can see the allocation of the company. And one very important thing I like to look at, see now this, they have 93% equity and only 1% debt and 5% cash, so basically around 6% which is non-movers, but 93% is currently in the equity market. And that is why it has fallen down a lot, because the equity market itself has been falling down from a very long period of time. And if you look at their index right now, they have 31% in small cap, and the average market cap is 34,000 crores, which is even now in the small cap space itself. Now, why I like something that I like really about this website is this. If you see this, it talks about portfolio PE ratio. Now, portfolio PE ratio is very important, because when you make a portfolio, I don't think any one of us track our own PE ratio of our portfolio. Now, if you look at Nifty, what is Nifty's portfolio and Nifty's PE ratio? If we look at, let me just quickly show you. If you look at Nifty 50's PE ratio right now, it is sitting at 21, right? And on small cap, obviously we don't have a direct comparison because Nifty 50 is a big index, and small cap is a smaller index. But if you look at the quant small cap index right now, it is sitting at a PE of 25, and this is after falling so much. So if you think about it, at the peak, this index was quite, I mean, this mutual fund was quite overvalued. Now, if I show you the Nifty small cap 250 index as well, you will see that even now it is at 31 P, which is quite high. So if I just do the P ratio math, you will see that the median P is 31. So that is why when people were saying that the small cap index is overvalued, there is too much froth in the market, because it had gone up to an index of 35. And if I look at the max chart, or if I look at the 5-year chart, it is quite good. I mean, it is quite high, right? So this is something that we need to be very scared of, because the small cap index was overvalued, and that is something that we're seeing right now. So quant small cap has 25% PE ratio right now. I would say it is still quite high. It still needs to come down a little bit, but hopefully if the market recovers, then this will start doing well. But as and when people say that the market still needs some froth to be removed, so that is again a very interesting question. Now, the next mutual fund we're going to look at is the Motilal Mid Cap. Now, this is a very controversial mutual fund. So I actually wanted to make a separate video just talking about what happened to Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund, because Motilal Oswal, all the funds that they had launched was doing really well. So please let me know in the comment section if you want to know. I can make a separate story-based video on what happened with Motilal Oswal. Why did the funds do so well, and what was the mistakes they did which made the fund come down, and how you can be aware and what you need to see so that next time you don't fall into a problem like this. Now, if you look at Motilal Oswal, if you remember, they had very high stake in Zomato, they had very high stake in Kalyan Jewelers, they had very high stake in Trent, they also have very high stake in Paytm, and all of these companies took a massive beating, and we all know this, right? So if you look at this company right now, so right now they've added something called Supreme Industries, right? Increasing stakes, recovery in plastic, proxy to infra and real estate. A lot of funds are actually increasing their real estate portfolio right now, because the government capex that did not happen last year because of elections might be front loaded this year, is what people are saying. So the government in the budget that comes up might push capex spending. Indraprastha Gas, IGL, that is something that they've. I think Mankind Pharma, this actually did bad right now. KEI Industries, wonderful result came out with KEI. Same good result came out with Polycab, but Polycab went down, but KEI went up. Trend has taken a massive beating right now in the market, because if you see the market right now, it is punishing literally everyone that has a high P. This is Trend, right? Trend is being punished a lot. It has gone from 8,000 to almost 5,500, and the P ratio also has gone down from almost 220 to now 147. And Motilal Oswal had one small problem where they were holding a lot of high PE companies. Trent was one of them. As you see, Kalyan Jewelers was the other one, right? Kalyan Jewelers also had a massive fall. If you see this, right? Kalyan Jewelers also had a massive fall. So when a mutual fund holds companies that are high PE companies playing momentum based, the fall can also be expected in the same way. So 197 also had a fall, which is Paytm, but Persistent did well. KPIT results yet to come out, but IT is predominantly doing well, so we will have to look at it. Geo Financial Services, pretty much long term game, so they're holding that. Polycap also fell down. So I'm going to do a separate long video on Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund, so all of you guys can understand what exactly happened. And if you look at the fund right here, it was one of the best performing funds in 2024. But then from a NAV of 130, they have come down to a NAV of 112, and they have fallen quite drastically. Even Motilal Oswal's stock price has also taken a huge beating. Now let us look at the portfolio PE of this company. Now look at this. The mutual fund PE ratio. This is what the problem was. Look at this. The mutual fund P ratio is currently sitting at 69.32. Now, you take the mid cap index, you take the large cap index, you take the small cap index. No index currently is sitting at a P ratio of 69 P. If I just go and check the mid cap index right now, even if I just look at the mid cap Nifty 50, Nifty mid cap 50, it is sitting at 46p, and Motilal Oswal's fund is sitting at 69p, and top 10 stocks hold 64% stake, and out of that top 10, Zomato was one of the biggest stocks. So all of these things slowly start adding up into the problem, and that is why Motilal Oswal started falling down, because the risk reward ratio was quite high. And I will go deep into it in the second video that I make. Their average market cap is 98,000. So even though it is a very mid to large cap focused company with negligible small cap and tiny cap, even though all this is good, they have taken high PE bets which has not paid off. Now coming to the best mutual fund, right? Now that is called Parag Parekh Flexi Cap Fund. Now think about this. When everything fell down, the only mutual fund that did not fall down was Parag Parekh Mutual Fund. It did not fall down at all. It fell only 2.5%, which is amazing, because if you don't fall, that is also equal to saving money. So Parag Parekh has this style where they invest in large companies, right? And they invest in mega companies, not large, giant companies as they call it. They invest in giant companies that don't fall too much, but also they find a way where they find companies that also go up very well. That is why Parag Parekh is sitting at a very beautiful position right now. They have recently added huge amount of stake in Mahindra and Mahindra, right? Mainly because the budget is around the corner. Usually there is in the budget we talk about the rural segment and the tractor market, so there might be some uptake over there. They've added NH, which is Narayana Hrudayalaya, again sitting at very good P. And if you look at all the hospital companies today, they're all sitting at high P, but they've not fallen down. They've added some pharma, again a defensive space, Cipla. They've added Kotak Bank, which we saw just now went and hit 10% upper circuit, which was wonderful. Axis Bank, Amazon, Alphabet, they have international exposure. This is a huge advantage. They can't add more because of the restriction, but this is a huge advantage, because if you look at Nasdaq, S&P 500, they're doing really well, right? And India is the only emerging market right now that is not doing well. Both US, Europe, everyone, Asia is doing well except India. What have they removed? Let's go down and check. They have completely exited UTI asset management, CDSL. They have reduced, because CDSL, yes, as of now, it was extremely overvalued. Even today, I would say CDSL is quite overvalued. So we'll have to wait. MCX also is overvalued. Motilal Oswal, even though it is not overvalued because of the link with high P mutual fund, and because Parag Parekh identified that this might be a problem, they have completely, I mean, not completely, but they've exited some amount of Motilal, but that has also dragged their portfolio a little bit. Dr. Reddy also did not do really well in this result season, so that is also a problem. But if you look at Parag Parekh, you see this. This is the beauty that I've been talking about. The entire market has fallen, and Parag Parekh has gone down only by around 2-3%. This is the beauty of it. And if you go look at the P ratio of Parag Parekh, right? Come to portfolio, number of stocks 62. The P ratio is 19 as of today. It is so undervalued, it is even lower than Nifty 50. That is why this company is not falling. And not just that, if you look at the beauty of this, their average market cap is 6 lakh 25. So they're investing heavy into giant large cap and very less in mid cap, negligible in mid cap. And the one more beauty of this is they only have 78% allocation in equity. As you see, the other people had 95-96%. They only have 78%. Rest, they went into cash and fixed income instruments, right? Now this, what happens if you're in debt of 20%, whether the market goes up or down, you don't care. They are waiting for the right moment, and the right moment comes and they see a reversal happening, they will remove the debt, remove the cash, and start investing in companies again. And that is why Parag Parekh is considered one of the best funds right now, and it is doing supremely well. Now, I'm going to share this mutual fund tracker sheet for everyone in the community who can come and watch it later on. Keep a track of it. We do this every single month for people so that we make plans and understand how we can position our portfolio as well, right? So this is me, Shashank Udupa, signing off. But let me know in the comment section below if you want that new Motilal Oswal story format video where I'm going to show you what exactly happened, what went wrong, what was the good and the bad side, and how do we be prepared next time so we don't fall into this problem. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for watching. This is me, Shashank, signing off. Take care. See you guys. Bye.